Well, President Donald Trump bashing General Motors and a local union official over the company's decision to end production at its plant in Lordstown, Ohio. The president tweeting last night, quote, "Just spoke to Mary Barra, CEO of General Motors, about the Lordstown, Ohio plant. I'm not happy that it is closed when everything else in our country is booming. I asked her to sell it or do something quickly. She blamed the UAW union. I don't care. I just want it open." He went on to write, General Motors and the UAW are going to start talks in September/October. Why wait? Start them now. I want jobs to stay in the USA and want Lordstown, Ohio, in one of the best economies in our history, opened or sold to a company who will open it up fast. GM says the plant's future, quote, would be resolved between the company and the United Auto Workers Union, according to the Washington Post. Yahoo Finance's Rick Newman joins us now to discuss more on this. And Rick, I guess perhaps not surprising to see the president throwing himself back into this one.
No, he's got some very populist messaging there. I kind of like the tone that he struck in those tweets, basically saying, I don't want to hear excuses from either side. I'm blaming both sides. Get it together and get these people back to work. I don't think that's likely to happen. To remind people, the Lordstown plant built the Chevy Cruze. Not too many people have been buying that car because it's a subcompact that is not a crossover. It's just not the kind of car people really want to buy these days. And it's always been difficult for automakers to make a profit on the lower priced cars that are made here in the United States because the cost of labor is high. So that's basically why GM closed that plant. What they're going to end up doing with it, obviously, kind of an unanswered question at this point. And Trump is just saying, put something there and get those people back to work.
Hey, Rick, it's Heidi. So have we heard anything from GM, though?
No. I mean, they've been pretty adamant that they need to close that plant because they're building a car nobody really wants to buy. And they have other plants where they make the cars that people do want to buy. So it's not, if they were going to move something there, it's not as simple as Trump says it is. He says, close a factory in Mexico or China and then build those cars here. Well, no automaker can really build those small, lower priced cars at a profit in the United States. And virtually no automakers do build those cars in the United States. Where they make their money here in the States is building pickup trucks and larger SUVs where the profit margin's a lot higher. So GM has said, look, we need those resources. We need that money to be investing in electrification and other things for the future. And of course, one of the questions is, well, why don't you invest in electrification in Lordstown? So I suppose it's possible that could happen because the fate of this plant is not completely determined yet.
Hey, Rick, Brian Brenberg here. Is there any teeth behind what the president's saying? So obviously he's going to get a lot of coverage. There's going to be a lot of press about this. In the past, he's talked about revoking subsidies to GM if they don't do the kinds of things he's looking for. Do we see any sense of that in the conversation that's happening now? Yes and no. I think it's very unlikely that Trump would be able to get away with punishing General Motors some way using his power as president in some legal way. And of course, if he were to try to do that, General Motors would probably have a good case saying, look, he's coming after this, our company specifically, and I don't think he's likely to get away with that. However, I think Trump is actually using the bully pulpit here to pretty good effect, and we have seen him going after automakers for different issues since before he even became president, as far back as December of 2016 after he got elected. And it has kind of worked. I mean, automakers have actually responded in different ways to this, sometimes just with window dressing, but sometimes they have actually changed decisions just because they don't want to get bashed by President Trump over and over. So he could accomplish something here.
I think he certainly hopes to say that he can. Rick Newman, thanks so much.